I bought this watch while it was on sale for £89, although this sale doesn't actually look like it's going to be ending anytime soon. There's still £89 now while I'm filming this video 6 months after buying it. My first impressions was how bright and vibrant the screen actually was compared to my Q Founder. Fossil have certainly come a long way since starting their smartwatch collection. Next was the actual weight of the watch. Going from a metal chain to a rubber strap and a plastic casing, and yes, I'll get onto that a bit later in the video, it was an insane difference because it doesn't actually feel like I'm wearing a watch. As you could imagine, this is running Android Wear, and believe me, I could be wrong, but this might be the cheapest brand new watch that you can actually find running it. It has all the features you'd commonly see on an Android Wear watch, so I won't go into too much detail around that. Honestly, there's literally thousands of videos on YouTube already describing the OS. The specifications for the watch? The case size can come in two different variants, 41 and 43mm. The touchscreen display is an OLED lit 390 by 390. The processor is a Qualcomm Snapdragon Wear 3100. The memory is a little bit on the low side, but it's understandable for being a watch, as it's only 512 megabytes. The internal storage is 4 gigabytes, and the battery capacity is 350 milliamps, which is around the standard size for a smartwatch. Looking around the watch, you'll see the standard rubber strap. This is the original that it came with, and as you can see, there are some noticeable wear marks now, but it doesn't affect the functionality at all. If anything, I actually think it gives it a bit of character. On the back of the watch, you'll see the charging rings, the heart rate monitor, and on the side, 2 programmable buttons and the crown. The actual crown of this watch, I'd like to add, does allow you to scroll through some apps. Yes, I said some. It's disappointing, but the scroll only works in some areas of Wear OS, and others, nothing. So moving on to something that might put some people off is the plastic body of the watch, including the lugs, which I completely understand. However, I could only imagine these breaking if you actively went out of your way to do so. The straps can be taken off and easily replaced. You'll also notice on the bezel of my watch there is actually some damage. I guess this is the price you pay for getting a cheaper, fully plastic watch. This was actually caused by one of the door frames in the house. I'd also like to point out at this point that for some reason the charger this watch came with completely stopped working after only a couple of months worth of use. No idea why this happened, but looking on Fossil's site I wasn't prepared to pay an extortionate £30 for a cable alone when the watch only cost me £89. I found a seller on eBay selling the cable for a couple of quid, and that works absolutely fine. So why did I actually buy this watch? I bought this watch because I wanted to start tracking my fitness. Although I could do this on my Q Founder, I wanted the watch to have a heart rate monitor, so I could get a somewhat accurate reading during the workouts of my heart rate. It also gives me a better reading of my heart points earned during the day-to-day activities and exercise. The overall experience of my watch tracking my exercises has actually been really good. The more you use the tracking functionality, the more the watch understands the exercise you're doing. You can change the workout after a set if it's not tracked accurately by changing the name and the number of reps. Once your watch understands your routine and your regular sets that you normally do, the only thing that you'll be needing to change will be the weight. So for about 5 times a week for the last 4-5 months, there's only been 2 times I can recall that the watch hasn't tracked my heart rate. I have no idea why or what causes this, but the monitor just refuses to turn on during the session. The only way to make this start tracking again is to restart the watch. The GPS overall? Meh. There seems to be a few bad days in terms of tracking your location accurately. Sometimes it's fairly accurate, and sometimes it literally has no idea where you are or what you're doing. But for me, this isn't a deal breaker. Of course, this being a Wear OS watch, you can download the Google Fit app, where all the data your watch collects goes straight into it. I have to admit, after setting my activity goals a while ago now, I check this app at least once a day through my phone or watch to see where I'm at and what I can do to reach my end goal. The Bluetooth connectivity for this watch over the past few months has been genuinely flawless. I've only experienced a few times I've lost connectivity to my phone, and to connect it back up to my phone I just jump into the applications notification settings on the Wear app, and turning off a few apps and then turning them back on tends to sort out the connection and all the notifications come through at once. As I said before, if you're familiar with Wear OS, then the interface and how the notifications display are pretty self-explanatory. The battery is okay-ish. I get a full day's worth of use out of it, but by the end of the day I'm looking to turn on the battery saver mode. But you have to remember, I'm using this 5 days a week to track at least 30 or 40 minutes of exercise with an always on display, so it's understandable. So finally, should you get this watch? Hell yes, you should get this watch. It's fantastic value for money. I cannot stress that enough. If you're looking to get one of these, or trying these out as one of your first ever smartwatch experiences, it's the perfect thing for you, as I can't imagine there's a lot of other competition with a watch under £100. Seriously, take it from someone that's been using this watch for around 6 months now. It's well worth getting, and it's well worth the value.